Hello guys. Welcome back to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today, we're diving into a thrilling and dramatic storyline centered around Trina Robinson, Kai, Drew Kane, Curtis Ashford, Jacinda, and the unexpected return of Spencer Casadini. This explosive chain of events promises to turn Port Charles upside down, leaving relationships shattered and alliances tested. Let's start with the blossoming romance between Kai and Trina, a couple who initially appeared picture perfect. Trina, deeply in love, placed unwavering trust in Kai, opening up to him and sharing her most guarded secrets. To Trina, Kai represented someone she could rely on unconditionally. Yet, beneath his charming facade, Kai had an entirely different agenda Trina couldn't possibly imagine. And known to Trina, Kai harbors loyalties that directly contradict hers. Trina carries a fierce hatred towards Drew Kane, blaming him for past betrayals and hurts inflicted upon her and those she cares about. Unbeknownst to her, Kai has been secretly allied with Drew all along, silently supporting Drew's interests behind the scenes. Trina remains completely unaware that the man she's confiding in, sharing intimate details and plans with, is quietly betraying her trust and feeding critical information directly into Drew's hands. One of these pivotal betrayals unfolds when Kai uncovers that Curtis Ashford has hired Felicia Scorpio to locate the mysterious Jacinda. Curtis believes Jacinda holds crucial information that could undermine Drew, effectively neutralizing him and safeguarding his wife Portia Robinson from Drew's threats. Curtis's intentions are clear: protecting Portia is his absolute priority, and he'll stop at nothing to ensure her safety. But Kai, siding secretly with Drew, immediately relays this vital information, giving Drew an invaluable advantage over Curtis and his plans. With advanced warning, Drew now possesses the upper hand. Rather than being blindsided by Curtis's attempt to sabotage him, Drew can strategize proactively. The consequences are severe. Drew has the means and the motive to not only neutralize Curtis, but also to eliminate Jacinda's threat altogether. Curtis's noble intentions to protect his family may ultimately backfire dramatically, placing himself, Portia, and everyone close to him in jeopardy. Trina remains tragically oblivious, unaware she's confiding in a man whose true allegiance is her worst enemy. It becomes increasingly clear to viewers that Trina's heartfelt devotion has been terribly misplaced. Kai's double-dealing, manipulative nature reveals a ruthless, calculating side. The painful truth emerges: Trina Robinson has given her heart to a deceptive man who will sacrifice her trust to further Drew's schemes. Yet hope isn't lost for Trina. Rumors are circulating in Port Charles that Spencer Casadini, previously presumed dead in a heartbreaking tragedy, is somehow alive. Spencer's supposed death devastated Trina, leaving her emotionally vulnerable and opening the door for Kai's deceitful seduction. But miracles are no stranger to Port Charles, and Spencer's unexpected return will set off shockwaves of relief, joy, and intense emotional turmoil. Spencer's return holds even greater significance because he has critical information concerning Kai's true nature. It turns out Spencer has quietly survived, spending months secretly monitoring Kai, painstakingly gathering evidence to reveal the depths of his treachery. Spencer knows Kai's loyalties lie firmly with Drew Kane. Spencer intends to expose this ugly truth to Trina, driven by a fierce determination to save her from further emotional harm. When Spencer finally steps back into Trina's life, she experiences an overwhelming combination of shock, disbelief, relief, and painful realization. Spencer gently yet urgently reveals everything he knows about Kai, presenting undeniable proof of Kai's secret alliance with Drew and his intentions to betray her and Curtis. Trina's heart shatters upon realizing the magnitude of Kai's deception. She struggles deeply, grappling with feelings of embarrassment, betrayal, anger, and profound heartbreak. For Trina, Spencer's revelation becomes a turning point. Initially resistant and hesitant to accept the bitter truth about the man she thought she loved, she confronts Kai directly. Kai's mask finally slips away, his true nature revealed in a dramatic showdown filled with accusations, denials, and eventually a cold admission of guilt. Kai's unapologetic stance stuns Trina even further, leaving her emotionally shattered and forced to accept she had indeed placed her trust in the wrong person. Trina wastes no time distancing herself from Kai, severing their relationship decisively and firmly. With her eyes now wide open, Trina recognizes her mistake and is determined to regain control of her life, reputation, and emotional well-being. The strength she finds within herself at this moment is empowering, showcasing her growth, resilience, and maturity as a strong, independent woman determined to move forward. Spencer's heroic return also offers the opportunity for emotional healing and reconciliation between him and Trina. Their previous connection was profound, complicated, and deeply meaningful. Now, reunited under these dramatic circumstances, both Spencer and Trina are forced to acknowledge lingering feelings that never truly faded. Despite the trauma and confusion surrounding Kai's betrayal, Spencer's unwavering support becomes the comfort Trina desperately needs. Spencer patiently stands by Trina's side, gently offering emotional support without pressuring her. His patient, sincere, and mature handling of the situation reminds Trina why she initially fell in love with him. Slowly but inevitably, Trina's heart begins opening once more, rekindling a love that had never truly disappeared. This marks a fresh chapter for the beloved couple, reigniting hope and anticipation among longtime GH viewers who've championed the Spencer-Trina romance from the beginning. But what about Kai and Drew? With Kai exposed, Drew finds himself increasingly vulnerable. Without the element of surprise, his advantage over Curtis and Jacinda begins rapidly dissolving. Drew knows he must act quickly before Curtis retaliates. An epic confrontation seems inevitable, with Drew determined to protect his interests and preserve the powerful life he's meticulously built. Curtis, now aware of Kai's betrayal and Drew's intentions, doubles down on his commitment to safeguard Portia and their family. Curtis's anger at Kai is palpable, fueling his determination to bring down Drew at any cost. With Felicia's assistance, Curtis prepares a decisive counterstrike, setting the stage for intense, thrilling confrontations. Port Charles stands on the brink of explosive drama, with Drew and Curtis locked in an escalating battle, leaving the town's future uncertain. Meanwhile, Jacinda becomes a critical player. Initially a mysterious figure in this complicated puzzle, Jacinda holds powerful leverage that could drastically alter the balance of power. Her choices in the coming weeks will play a decisive role in determining whether Drew triumphs or faces devastating defeat. Jacinda's alliances are uncertain, her motives unclear, but her impact undeniable. For fans of GH, the coming weeks promise an electrifying ride filled with heartbreak, redemption, shocking twists, and emotional resolutions. Trina emerges stronger and wiser, Spencer returns heroically to reclaim his place in her heart, and Kai's deceitful ways finally come crashing down around him. Drew and Curtis square off in a struggle that could dramatically reshape Port Charles forever. Will Trina fully forgive herself for trusting Kai? Can Spencer and Trina rebuild their relationship from the ruins of betrayal and deception? How far will Drew go to protect himself? And will Curtis finally put Drew away, ensuring safety for Portia and his loved ones? Next, we will dive deep into the thrilling and tumultuous world of Port Charles, where secrets, betrayals, and dangerous alliances are threatening to upend the lives of our favorite characters. Specifically, we're exploring the shocking revelation that Josslyn Jax, daughter of the fierce Carly Spencer, is not only secretly working for the World Security Bureau WSB but has also set her sights on bringing down the notorious mob boss, Sonny Corinthos. This explosive storyline is packed with emotion, danger, and family conflict, and we'll uncover every layer of this gripping plot with fresh details and imaginative twists. Josslyn's secret mission with the WSB unveiled. In a jaw-dropping turn of events, Josslyn Jax has emerged from the shadows as a covert operative for the WSB, a clandestine organization dedicated to dismantling criminal enterprises across the globe. Unlike her peers, who are navigating college life or budding romances, Joss has been training in secret, honing her skills in espionage and tactical operations under the watchful eye of her mysterious handler, Vaughn. Their clandestine meetings, often held in dimly lit warehouses on the outskirts of Port Charles, reveal Joss's burning determination to destroy Sonny Corinthos' criminal empire. Her motives are deeply personal. Years of witnessing the collateral damage of Sonny's choices have fueled her resolve. In a recent episode, while sipping coffee in a discreet cafe, she confessed to Vaughn that her mission isn't just professional, it's a vendetta to protect her loved ones from the chaos Sonny brings. This bold new chapter for Josslyn paints her as a fierce warrior, clad in a leather jacket with a steely glint in her eye, ready to risk it all for justice. Moreover, Josslyn's role in the WSB isn't just a side gig. She's been embedded with cutting-edge technology and access to classified intel that could topple even the most untouchable figures. Imagine her poring over encrypted files late at night, piecing together evidence of Sonny's illicit dealings while the rest of Port Charles sleeps. Her handler has equipped her with surveillance gadgets, from hidden cameras disguised as jewelry to burner phones for emergency contact. But the weight of this double life is heavy. Every lie to her family, every secretive glance over her shoulder, chips away at her once innocent demeanor. Will her quest for justice transform her into the very kind of person she's fighting against? Only time will tell. The heartbreaking Catalyst, family in peril. The driving force behind Josslyn's crusade is the near-fatal incidents that have rocked her family, all tied to Sonny's dangerous lifestyle as a mob kingpin. Picture the horrifying scene at Charlie's Bar, a beloved local hangout reduced to smoldering ashes after the ruthless gangster Jen Sidwell ordered it torched. Trapped inside during the inferno was Joss's cousin, Christina Corinthos Davis, whose terrified screams echoed through the night as flames licked the walls. Thankfully, she was rescued by a passerby, but the trauma lingers, haunting her dreams with the acrid smell of smoke. Not long before that, Joss's brother, Michael Corinthos, narrowly escaped death when a bomb detonated at Sonny's luxurious penthouse, shattering windows and sending shards of glass raining down like deadly confetti. The blast left Michael with burns and a lingering mistrust of the world around him, a painful reminder of the target on their family's back. For Josslyn, these incidents were the breaking point. Standing amidst the charred remains of Charlie's Bar, with soot smudging her face and tears streaking down her cheeks, she made a silent vow to end this cycle of violence. Each family gathering now feels like a ticking time bomb, with the specter of Sonny's enemies lurking in every shadow. Her rage isn't just directed at Sonny but at the entire underworld that thrives in Port Charles, a town that hides its darkness beneath a veneer of charming docks and quaint diners. Josslyn's determination to protect her family by any means necessary has pushed her into a morally gray area, where the lines between right and wrong blur with every covert operation she undertakes. Josslyn's plan to dismantle Sonny's empire. While the specifics of Josslyn's strategy remain cloaked in mystery, her position within the WSB grants her unprecedented resources to target Sonny's operations. She might be seen in future episodes collaborating with seasoned law enforcement figures like Anna Devane, the savvy police commissioner with a knack for sniffing out corruption, or Ada Justine Turner, whose courtroom prowess could ensure Sonny's conviction. Imagine Josslyn slipping in a USB drive loaded with damning evidence during a tense, late-night meeting at the pier, the water lapping ominously in the background. Her intel could include recordings of Sonny brokering illegal arms deals or ledgers detailing his offshore accounts, meticulously gathered during undercover stings. Additionally, Josslyn's personal connection to Sonny, having grown up under his influence as a stepfather figure, gives her unique insight into his vulnerabilities. She knows his habits, his trusted allies, and even the secluded spots where he conducts his shadiest business. Perhaps she'll exploit this by planting bugs in his favorite cigar lounge or tailing his shipments under the guise of a concerned family member. But this mission isn't without peril. Every step closer to dismantling Sonny's empire puts her at risk of exposure. If discovered, she'd face not only Sonny's wrath but also the ire of his loyal enforcer, Jason Morgan, whose protective instincts could turn deadly. Josslyn's journey is a high-stakes chess game, where one wrong move could cost her everything. Carly's looming wrath and a tangled web of deceit. The inevitable clash between Josslyn and her mother, Carly Spencer, promises to be one of the most emotionally charged arcs in this storyline. When Carly uncovers Josslyn's clandestine role with the WSB, the fallout will be volcanic. Carly, a woman who has weathered countless storms with a lioness's ferocity, will be blindsided by the revelation that her daughter has been recruited into such a dangerous world. Her fury will first target Jack Brennan, the charismatic yet enigmatic WSB operative who drew Josslyn into this life. Picture Carly storming into Jack's office, her voice trembling with rage as she accuses him of exploiting her daughter's pain for his own agenda. She'll demand answers about why he kept this secret, especially given their blossoming romancey relationship built on trust that now lies in tatters. But Carly's anger won't stop there. Learning of Josslyn's intent to lock Sonny away will ignite a firestorm of conflict between mother and daughter. Carly, despite her own rocky history with Sonny, believes his presence in the mob world offers a peculiar shield over Port Charles, keeping even worse predators like Jen Sidwell at bay. She might sit Josslyn down in their cozy living room, the tension thick as she recounts harrowing tales of enemies far crueler than Sonny who would flood the streets if he were gone. Her argument will be laced with desperation. If Sonny goes to prison, the power vacuum could unleash chaos, endangering their entire family. Carly will plead with Josslyn to see that Sonny, for all his flaws, has often risked his life to protect them, a truth Josslyn may struggle to accept amidst her burning resentment. Past betrayals and hidden truths surface. Complicating matters further are the dark secrets Josslyn harbors, including her role in the death of Cyrus Renault. Though she acted in self-defense during a violent confrontation, perhaps a late-night ambush in a deserted alley where Cyrus lunged at her with a knife, the act and subsequent cover-up orchestrated by Jack Brennan weigh heavily on her conscience. Carly, upon learning of this, will be devastated not just by the act itself but by the silence that followed. She'll feel betrayed that neither Josslyn nor Jack confided in her, a wound deepened by her growing feelings for Jack. Imagine her standing in the rain outside Jack's apartment, tears mixing with raindrops as she wrestles with whether to confront him or walk away forever. This betrayal echoes past family attempts to undermine Sonny, such as Michael's scheme with Dex Heller to gather incriminating evidence. Carly's reaction to Josslyn's mission will mirror her response, in a mix of disappointment and protective fear. She'll recall how Michael's actions nearly shattered their family, warning Josslyn that such betrayals come at a steep cost. The parallel storylines highlight a tragic cycle within the Corinthos clan, where love and loyalty clash violently with the desire for justice or escape from the mob's shadow. The mob war on the horizon and Sonny's exit strategy. As if family drama weren't enough, the looming mob war between Sonny and Jen Sidwell adds another layer of danger to Josslyn's mission. Sidwell, a cold-blooded rival with a penchant for destruction, as evidenced by the Charlie's Bar fire, is gearing up for a brutal showdown. Whispers in Port Charles suggest he's amassing a small army, importing mercenaries through hidden shipping routes to challenge Sonny's dominance. This escalating conflict could force Sonny and his steadfast ally, Jason Morgan, to double down on their criminal operations, making Josslyn's evidence gathering both more crucial and more perilous. Meanwhile, Sonny and Jason have long whispered about exiting the mob life, dreaming of a quieter existence far from Port Charles's bloodshed. Their late-night conversations in Sonny's office, surrounded by maps and whiskey glasses, reveal a yearning for freedom, tempered by the harsh reality that leaving the mafia is akin to escaping quicksand. Every plan they devise, from faking their deaths to brokering peace with rivals, seems doomed to fail. For Josslyn, this hesitation only fuels her frustration. If Sonny truly wanted out, why hasn't he acted? Her WSB intel might even uncover whether these talks are genuine or mere stalling tactics, adding another dimension to her crusade. Next, we will delve into the emotionally charged drama surrounding Michael Corinthos, Willow Tate, and Drew Cain as they navigate the turbulent waters of custody, visitation, and personal conflicts in Port Charles. This storyline is brimming with tension, heartfelt moments, and unexpected twists as the trio grapples with what's best for Wiley and Amelia Corinthos, the two innocent children caught in the crossfire of adult disagreements. Join us as we explore every facet of this gripping saga, with new details and creative expansions that paint a vivid picture of the stakes at play. A fragile hope for visitation sparks debate. In the heart of Port Charles, a fragile glimmer of hope emerges as Michael Corinthos contemplates offering Willow Tate a visitation arrangement to reconnect with their children, Wiley and Amelia. This potential olive branch comes after weeks of bitter estrangement, with Michael initially digging in his heels to block Willow from any access during a contentious custody battle. However, a poignant moment in the July 3rd episode shifted his perspective. A little Wiley, with tears in his big, innocent eyes, confided in his father about missing his mommy and resenting the stern judge who keeps them apart. Picture Michael, standing in the cozy nursery of the Courtroom mansion, holding Wiley close as the boy's words pierce his heart, stirring a reluctant willingness to reconsider his stance. Yet, this tentative step toward reconciliation is met with a formidable obstacle in the form of Drew Cain, Willow's current partner, who casts a skeptical eye on any proposal from Michael. Drew, with his protective instincts on high alert, is poised to advise Willow against rushing into any agreement during the pivotal week of July 7th to 11th. His caution isn't just about safeguarding Willow's emotions, it's rooted in a deep-seated mistrust of Michael's intentions. Imagine Drew pacing in their shared living room, his voice low but firm, as he warns Willow that Michael might use visitation as a tool to manipulate or undermine their relationship. Despite Drew's reservations, Willow's longing to embrace her children again burns fiercely. Each day of separation feels like an eternity, her nights haunted by memories of Wiley's giggles and Amelia's tiny hand in hers, pushing her to negotiate even if it means defying Drew's counsel. Drew's resistance and Willow's determination. Drew's desire to slow down any agreement between Willow and Michael isn't merely protective, it borders on controlling, as he struggles to maintain influence over Willow's decisions. In upcoming scenes, we might see Drew sitting across from Willow at a quiet diner on the edge of town, his brow furrowed with concern as he urges her to tread carefully. He might spin tales of Michael's past grudges, painting a picture of hidden agendas behind every kind gesture. Drew's warnings carry weight, given his own complicated history with Michael, but they clash with Willow's maternal desperation. She envisions a future where she can braid Amelia's hair and read bedtime stories to Wiley, moments that no court ruling or disagreement should steal from her. Willow's resolve hardens with every passing moment of separation, her heart aching as she passes by the park where she once pushed Wiley on the swings. Sources in Port Charles whisper that she's ready to defy Drew's advice, planning a clandestine meeting with Michael to discuss terms. This act of independence signals a shift in Willow's character. She's no longer just a passive figure caught between two men but a mother willing to fight for her place in her children's lives. Her determination might lead to a secretive encounter at a secluded gazebo near the waterfront, where she and Michael can speak without prying eyes or Drew's interference, setting the stage for a raw and emotional exchange. Michael's conditions and a plea for stability. As Michael opens the door to negotiation, he's not without his own stipulations, driven by a fierce need to protect Wiley and Amelia from further upheaval. Envision a tense but quiet moment in a neutral coffee shop, where Michael and Willow sit across from each other, steaming mugs untouched as they broach the subject of visitation. Michael's voice might soften as he speaks of the children's need for both parents, but it carries an edge when he addresses Drew's role in their lives. He sees Drew as the real thorn in their co-parenting efforts, a disruptive force whose presence could taint the fragile bond he's trying to rebuild with Willow for the kids' sake. Michael may propose a private arrangement, advocating for visits that focus solely on the children's well-being, free from external influences like Drew. He could insist on supervising these interactions himself, perhaps suggesting they take place at the Courtroom estate's sprawling gardens, where Wiley can run through the grass and Amelia can nap under a shady tree. Additionally, Michael might push for a significant compromise, asking Willow to postpone her wedding to Drew. His argument is layered with concern, with so many changes already swirling around the children, from custody hearings to new living arrangements. Adding a marriage into the mix could overwhelm them. He might recall Wiley's recent nightmares, suggesting that stability, not celebration, should be their priority right now. Drew's interference and the threat of sabotage. Despite any progress Michael and Willow might make, Drew looms as a persistent barrier, his disapproval casting a long shadow over their efforts. His history of meddling in their attempts to prioritize the children suggests he might not stand idly by if an agreement is reached. Picture Drew lurking near the meeting spot, his jaw clenched as he watches Willow and Michael from a distance, plotting ways to unravel their fragile truce. His actions could range from subtle manipulation, planting doubts in Willow's mind about Michael's sincerity, to outright interference, like showing up uninvited to a scheduled visitation with a forced smile and excuses about just checking in. Drew's behavior stems from a complex mix of jealousy and genuine concern, but to Michael, it's nothing short of sabotage. Michael has made it clear that Willow's marriage to Drew remains a sticking point, a potential deal-breaker in their custody discussions. He might lay out his terms with unwavering clarity, stating that any visitation must exclude Drew entirely, ensuring the focus remains on Wiley and Amelia. This condition could lead to heated exchanges, with Willow caught in the middle, torn between her love for Drew and her longing to be with her children under Michael's watchful eye. A shocking secret, and the custody battle's future. Adding fuel to this already volatile situation is a bombshell waiting to detonate, a secret involving Jen Sidwell, a shadowy figure in Port Charles with ties to corruption, who allegedly bribed Judge Eva Heron during the custody proceedings. This revelation, still under wraps for now, could explode onto the scene in the coming weeks, reigniting the conflict with devastating force. Imagine the moment this scandal breaks, perhaps during a dramatic courtroom session where leaked documents are waved like flags of betrayal, exposing how the judge's rulings were tainted by Sidwell's dirty money. Such a discovery would not only discredit past decisions but also call into question every agreement Michael and Willow have fought for, plunging them back into legal chaos. This twist could shatter any temporary peace, with Michael accusing Drew of having prior knowledge of the bribe due to his own murky connections in Port Charles. Willow, already emotionally frayed, might grapple with distrust toward everyone involved, wondering if the system itself is stacked against her union with Wiley and Amelia. The fallout could see new hearings scheduled, more witnesses called, and even deeper rifts forming as each party scrambles to protect their interests and the children's future. Children caught in the crossfire. At the core of this tangled web are Wiley and Amelia, whose innocent lives are shaped by the decisions and disputes of the adults around them. Wiley, old enough to sense the tension, might be depicted in future episodes clutching a worn-out teddy bear, asking his father why mommy can't come home yet. His questions, laden with childish longing, underscore the emotional toll of this custody saga. Amelia, still a toddler, remains blissfully unaware of the storm brewing, her giggles and babbles a bittersweet reminder of what's at stake. Both children deserve the love of both parents, yet their world is fractured by grown-up grudges and power plays. Michael's softening stance might lead to small but meaningful moments, like a supervised visit where Willow pushes Wiley on a swing while Michael watches from a nearby bench, a tentative smile breaking through his guarded demeanor. These snapshots of potential healing contrast sharply with Drew's looming presence, which threatens to upend any progress. The narrative poignantly asks, can Wiley and Amelia's needs rise above the bitterness, or will they remain pawns in a never-ending game of control? The road ahead, complications, and cliffhangers. ABC General Hospital spoilers hint that the dynamic between Willow, Michael, and Drew is only set to grow more intricate, with each episode piling on layers of drama and unexpected turns. Will Willow and Michael forge a visitation agreement that withstands Drew's interference, or will his influence drive a permanent wedge between them? How will the revelation of Judge Harron's bribery scandal reshape the custody landscape, and who else might be implicated in Sidwell's web of corruption? The answers lie in the unfolding chapters of this compelling storyline, where every decision reverberates through the lives of those we've come to love in Port Charles. Stay tuned to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel for the latest updates on this heart-wrenching custody battle. We want to hear from you. What do you think Michael's next move will be? And can Willow find a balance between her love for Drew and her longing for her children? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and keep watching as the drama unfolds with shocking revelations and emotional stakes. Until next time, remember that in Port Charles, family is everything even when it's tearing itself apart.